You're now tuned into the Next2Flex Podcast. Streets talking about.
Hey, welcome to the Next2Flex Podcast. This is episode 21? 20-something. All right. It's over here. We're going to start. Ladies first. Introduce yourself.
Mia Sparrow. You can follow me at Mia Was Here, 5 underscores everywhere.
All right, DMVD Nice. Follow me on Instagram, DMVD Nice, and Next2Flex Sportz Podcast.
Everybody's favorite cousin.
Cousin Cat.
So,
Yeah.
All right. So we're going to start off like we do every week. We're going to talk about the WNBA. Right. Season opens Tuesday, May 14th. I saw this week, Caitlin Clark showed up for the team photo. She was wearing her iced out chain. I think she's trying to show y'all what's up. I think Caitlin Clark gonna come in and change the whole league. What you think? We kind of talked about this last week. What you expect from her this first year? What y'all think?
I think she shoot 38.7% from the three. So we'll see. I think there's a lot of hype behind that shot, and it's under 40%. So yeah. I love Caitlin.
38 ain't bad though.
It's not bad.
But
it's definitely not bad, and it's not bad from the three. But I think when you say change the whole league and you shooting under 40%, to me, as a watcher, I'm just not convinced yet.
What about the gold chains though?
I love it. I love the confidence that she coming in the league with. I love the attention that she's bringing the league. As a woman, I feel like everything that she's doing is fantastic, and I don't have any problems with it. But when you say changing the league and you shooting under 40%, you got to show me something.
Yeah.
Wait, she ain't shot nothing yet.
I think it's going to be a lot of hype. It's going to be a lot of hype, but it's going to take some time to change the league. You know? As far as I think that's a big thing. But the one good thing about it is she's going to bring a lot of attention. She's going to bring a lot of...
That's changing the league, right?
That's the good thing. Yeah. I don't know if that's changing the league, but as far as her play...
Certainly enhancing the league.
It's enhancing the league. It's bringing more eyes to the league. But yeah, I mean, for her play, we'll see how she does. In her first few games, it may take her a while to get used to the women's game as far as the professional game.
I know one thing, when Tarazi, when she came in the league, and Sue Bird, off the top, you knew, they came in killing.
Yeah.
It's you knew off the top. And I think what people don't realize about Caitlin Clark, she's 6 feet tall playing that point guard. That is a very big guard. WNBA, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, that's a big guard. 6 feet tall. She averaged 8 assists in college.
Yeah,
With the confidence she got coming in, and the team that she's coming to, rookie of the year.
Oh, for sure.
So she
rookie of the year for sure.
No matter what she do, she might get rookie.
I mean, she got Boston. She had a good team.
So they don't have a good team. They're the number 1 pick.
This year they're gonna have a good team.
They got Leah Edwards.
The number 1 pick 2 years in a row. That means you're pretty bad, right?
Yeah.
But I think they will improve this year with her and the previous number 1 pick. I think they're gonna be a better team.
Yeah, and also the improvements just in practice facility. I think her teammate was saying we practiced in a barn last year.
Is that right?
Indiana practiced in a barn last year. Her teammate said that in the press. So now they're in a stadium that holds 30,000 people. So I think
what's that got to do with balling?
I think it got a lot to
confidence.
Confidence. For sure.
All you need is a rim and a board.
All right. When you feel like you got support, you feel better, you play better.
It's a better mindset.
Yeah,
exactly,
for sure.
Exactly.
Yeah, I think she can be. I mean, the intangibles, she was third in the nation in assists. People don't realize that.
That's true too.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, she has an overall game. She has an all-around game. She can pass the ball. She can shoot. I think she's gonna do well. Obviously, even in preseason, her numbers probably gonna be hyped
I love her,
up.
but also, the vets in the league, they looking for her.
Yep.
So
Exactly.
and like increased defense did make a difference in her game substantially from the outside. And maybe she adjusted in the second half, but you doing that night after night after night, right? The professional schedule is more hectic than the college schedule was. So I think like I would like to see what all of that looks like before I, say too much.
Well, I couldn't say. I'm looking at the stats. They had her first preseason game. She dropped 21, 3 and 5 steals. It's not bad.
I see that.
It's not terrible.
Going off for a workout.
But it's not bad.
I see
They
that.
lost. They lost.
She gonna get some grills. You know what I'm saying?
Nah.
Yeah.
Nah, she ain't
She gonna change the game, man.
She ain't gonna do that. Though. She ain't gonna do that.
She might.
She
All right, so-
come in and do no Iverson shit.
So what about our girl Angel Reese? I don't want to be the Angel Reese hater on this podcast. I'm not. I thought it was funny.
It's gonna take a step back.
She went and bought a $183,000 Benz SUV after the draft.
She get money.
I mean, she
been
got
getting
it. I
money.
mean, she.
That was
She
the
been getting
investment.
money.
Yeah.
She been getting a check. Like what you do with
Well,
the money?
the WNBA salary is $78,000.
Well,
she was making millions in college,
exactly.
though.
Exactly.
She was like the third highest
You know what?
college player on that list.
Exactly.
They say
Third highest in NIL deal.
They said she had an NIL deal with Benz, Baton Rouge Benz, and they gave her a $95,000 Benz.
She might have got this one for
Okay.
free.
Yeah. Exactly.
For real?
Everybody got a deal.
She probably got a deal on
She
it.
said she paid for that.
She probably didn't pay the full price.
Well, regardless, I mean, nothing wrong with that. I mean, hey, you got it.
I'm happy to see black women get money.
Exactly. I mean,
Did you see her TikTok though? She was bent over the Benz like that. She had to do that, right? She had to bend over that joint.
Go with this.
Hey.
Sexualizing.
She sexualizes herself.
I don't think that being sexy is sexualizing yourself. Those are different. Sexualizing is making you an object.
Being sexy isn't sexualizing.
That just means you feel good about yourself. She not out here naked and doing porn. Like you talk about her like she's a porn star. I have a problem with it.
Okay, not naked, but wearing a very small bathing suit.
Okay, so does everybody at a beach? Should you sexualize every woman at a beach? At a pool? No. All right, let's move on.
Well, what's the definition of being sexualized? What exactly is that?
Making a woman a sexual object, which is the object of your personal fantasy.
oh, interesting.
No, I wouldn't say it.
Of course you wouldn't.
I wouldn't
Because
say
you're
that.
sexualizing.
I wouldn't say that. Got nothing to do with my family. I look at her. I look at the pictures. I say, "Oh, the Benz," and then I see her bent over. I'm like, "Oh, okay, she bent over." Like, why you got to do that? Like, this okay. All right, so
No comment.
If you were bent over Benz, nobody would care. So that's the difference.
exactly.
Exactly. So if not the position is the
Exactly.
point. You missed that. That went right over your head.
That didn't go over
That
my
her
head.
bending over a Benz is not sexualizing. Because if you bent over that same Benz, nobody would give
No.
a shit.
Okay.
Her bending over the Benz though you're sexualizing her because you're making her the object of a sexual fantasy.
No. I'm not gonna bend over a Benz. First of all, if I bent over a Benz, somebody would sexualize me. It won't be none of y'all, but somebody could sexualize me. What I'm saying is, when you bending over and wearing skimpy clothes, you will. There's a very good chance you'll be sexualized, and I think you have to prepare yourself for that. You can't come on TV crying about it.
Okay.
I think you have to prepare yourself for that. Oh, okay.
Women could just not make you the object of their desires.
It will happen though. It will
Is that
happen.
her fault? Or is that like
It's nobody's fault, but it will happen though.
Yeah, it will happen. That's true. I mean, this is a very.
But is that her
If I go on Instagram showing my chains and all the money I got, it's a very good chance somebody might come rob me.
Yeah.
Is that my fault? No, I should be able to do that if I want to, but there's some shit that's gonna
Putting
happen.
yourself out there.
Okay. Fair enough.
Well, anyway, all right. I saw I watched Brittany Griner recently did an interview and she was talking about she was in Russia locked up, and she said she contemplated suicide, and
It's Russia. I can see that.
and when they let her go, she was forced to write a letter to apologize to Putin for what she did.
That
So,
also makes
say one more.
She said she was forced to write a letter to Putin apologizing for what she
He's
did.
egomaniacal, so that makes sense.
Shit. Is that right?
Yeah, he's an egomaniac.
It's like you apologizing for the substance she brought in the country. She's saying
Right.
basically, oh wow.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, you do what you gotta do to lead the country,
Yeah, for
obviously. But yeah, obviously,
I would have
that's
wrote that letter too.
Yeah.
Get the hell out of there.
The interview was kind of late, I guess, from but it was interesting. I did watch it.
I mean, Russian exile. Like, when you get exiled in Russia, they send you to the coldest place in the world. So
And you got to work.
yeah, and you got to work there.
They said she couldn't fit.
It's awful.
She couldn't fit. The women in prison, they have to sew. And she couldn't fit in the tables and the.
So they actually put her to work?
Yeah, they tried to, but she couldn't fit.
Yeah, they put her in a work camp. That's when they made her cut her hair.
Did they?
Yeah, now that part I remember. I didn't watch the interview, and I don't really have a whole lot of interest in that. But I remember them talking about that on the news, like that she had to cut her dreads when they put her in that work camp.
Yeah, I do remember her haircut. I know why. Okay.
Yep, uniform of the work camp.
And I do encourage you to go to Brittany Griner's Instagram. Some very interesting pics on there. Surgery she's had. That shit wild. Some wild shit on there.
Okay.
Teach your own. All right, let's move on to the NBA. Just check it out, man. Just check it out. Let's start off with the Lakers with the NBA. What Beazell at?
Working the joint. Day of left.
Rolled out.
So Lakers fired him today. Let me give you some numbers on him. He had 2 years remaining on his contract.
Perfect 500.
He was 90 and 74, which is a 549 winning percentage in the regular season. 9 and 12 in the postseason. 9 and 12, and 8 of those was against the Nuggets, right?
Yeah, a bunch of exactly.
Yeah.
But hey, wait a minute. So the in-season tournament don't mean nothing?
He ain't get no credit for NC tournament.
Nah.
He ain't get no credit. But it's just an excuse. I mean, he didn't deserve to be fired.
You don't think so?
No, not deserve to be fired. The team, the culture of the team was how they built the roster. You know, it wasn't conducive to beat the Nuggets. They could have beat other teams, but Nuggets was just a tough matchup for them.
They definitely got a bad draw.
You got a bad draw. That's like
Having to play the Nuggets
exactly.
first.
But they had
The rosters.
Every game was close, man.
But they both were. But the problem with them is they definitely older roster. You know, LeBron's of age. They're playing game both years. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, you would like to have top 6 seed, get a better seeding. Obviously, they got to the finals last year, the conference finals last year, which they did well. But I think he deserved one more year with the improved roster instead of cutting them right now.
1 more year? What you mean?
Should have kept him one more year. Yeah,
Just see what happens. Just see what happens.
Improve the roster. He was a good coach. I mean, he wasn't a terrible coach as far as like some coaches were just clueless.
Anybody disagree with that?
I don't know if I would say terrible, but I definitely thought that like he probably earned that firing. I didn't like him there either. I didn't think he was a good fit, to be honest. And I felt like his inability to like master the roster, like it don't take you 80 games. Like how long have you been like out here? It doesn't take this long. And I feel like even in playoffs, like he never had a mastery of the roster. Like he never had like the lineup that would get it done. I really felt like he really wasn't able to pull out the skills of those younger players. And granted, like niggas got to show up, and niggas wasn't showing up.
Yeah.
Some of that is on those players, no question. I ain't blaming it all on Dart.
Yeah.
But I really felt like he wasn't the coach to like hone the talent of those younger players. To me, he always felt more like a Doug Collins than a Phil.
Yeah,
And I think that's why they got
I agree with that.
I agree with that, and I will say, like, coaching LeBron is probably a whole nother animal in itself.
Yeah.
It's probably the hardest job in the world.
You coach-
Like, as it's playing with him.
Coaching a guy with that kind of status and that kind of IQ, I mean, him probably be in practice talking about shit, and LeBron is questioning him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Coaching a guy, they got to have a coach, a well-respected coach that can be on that level. Somebody, you know, like Ty Lue, when he was with him, you know.
I agree. And then too, like I feel like
That's not an easy job.
I agree.
Oh, nah.
Like,
That's
I
definitely
can't.
not.
I don't have no arguments with none of that. But I also think really the coach on the floor. I felt like the big issue became like the lack of adjustments with Darvin. That was a big like conversation specifically this year in the playoffs. But for me, it's always been an issue. And I feel like when LeBron gets to about third quarter, at this age, at this pace of the game, he's tired. And so that IQ slows down a little bit. And that's really where your head coach has to come in and make those adjustments on the floor that he would typically make on his own.
Slow down.
But I think when you tired, you
Definitely.
when you tired is you making mistakes.
He was
Right?
definitely getting tired.
Exactly. He tired. 40 years old.
Yeah, 40 years
He's
old.
40 years
Glory.
old. And I feel like that's when you need your coach to say, okay, like Bron is moving a little slower.
Yeah.
He's a little less focused because he's exhausted. This is when your head coach has to come in and be able to make those final adjustments. His inability to make that in those big game situations. If I'm Rob Pelinka, if I'm Jenny Buss, I'm looking at that too. Like your inability to adjust when it gets most difficult is a concern.
Who gonna make him come off the court though?
What?
Who gonna make him come off the court?
Why you need to come off the court?
That's what I'm saying.
Why you need to make him?
I'm not saying make
No,
him
he
come
ain't like
off the court.
Kobe now.
No. I'm not saying
Kobe
make him
come in and out when he want.
But I'm saying you
LeBron
learn
don't do
you
that.
learn how to
LeBron
use
don't
him
do
as
that.
a decoy though.
LeBron don't do that.
Exactly.
That's the problem. You're a head coach and you don't know how to use this guy as a decoy. The attention is on him all night. He's your decoy. He's your best decoy
So
because you can't not guard him.
Yeah.
So LeBron is a free agent, as we know. D'Angelo Russell, Christie, Dinwiddie,
Editor.
Jackson Hayes, Cam Reddish, Torian Prince, Christian Wood.
Got a lot of free agents.
Yeah. So
He didn't even use most of those guys though. It was Cam in the playoffs.
No, I ain't see Cam.
He didn't play at all.
Cam Reddish, yeah, he was hurt.
Yeah, he hurt.
Torian Prince got a lot of burn, and that was. But Hachimura fell apart. He didn't play like he did last year. He fell apart.
He crumbled.
Russell,
Prince was decent.
yeah, but why you got Torian? Why is Torian Prince starting, man? He wasn't.
Because Darvin Ham is shit at rosters. That's why. Because Darvin Ham fucking sucks at creating and building a consistent roster. That's on your head coach. That's not LeBron.
That is on the head coach.
That's your head coach.
Me and Cuz was talking about this earlier.
With D-Lo, he was inconsistent.
That's
He
true.
was streaky.
And Darvin made a point to blame him. Also, something head coaches don't do.
Yeah, exactly. That's true.
He blamed
we was
AD
talking
one
about
night,
this
blamed
earlier.
D-Lo another night. Well, when your starters are playing like dog shit. Come on, man. That's not what a head coach said. He said that because he knew his ass was on the way out. He said, they're going to fire me anyway. D-Lo, you were shit. Like, that's not a head coach. He already knew.
Yeah, we was talking about this earlier. When they made that move to get Russ, traded away KCP,
Everybody.
Kuzma,
Yeah.
and they let what's the
Damn sure.
That was great for the
What's
Wizards.
the-
That was great for the
no,
Wizards.
the white dude,
To get rid of.
Caruso.
Last time we went
When they let Caruso sign,
definitely should have got Brad out of
'Cause they had
the
to
Russell
clear money.
Wilson went to playoff. We should have made more of an effort.
because they had to clear money
Should
for
pay
him.
Pretty good too. He doing all right in Chicago.
Who is? Caruso?
Caruso.
Yeah, that was a mistake.
Yeah. Caruso going up.
That was a mistake.
They did all
That might have been one of their biggest
Yes.
mistakes.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
That's a terrible. Yeah, I agree with that 100%.
Think they going for Paul
That was
George?
a terrible mistake.
Think they going for Paul George?
That's the thing about LA.
Yeah, everybody going for Paul George.
LA needs stars. You know what I'm saying? And that's the problem with LA. They need a star from.
They got stars.
They had two of them in Melo.
We got LeBron and AD.
I'm saying, but
They need ball players, not stars.
Yeah, they need ball
That's what I'm
players.
saying. That's what they need. They need change up. Stop trying to get stars and get the headlines.
All
back in
the
the
all
day.
the teams who tried to build championship teams,
They need to build it right.
where they at? The Build-A-Bears are damn near done.
Well,
The teams that built through the roster.
Team right now is build a roster from the draft. That's took them a while, but OKC is the only team that I've seen that's built a draft to a number 1 seed, and we'll see how they fare.
Boston.
Boston.
There's nothing wrong with signing a free agent, though.
No, I know, but building a super team is
I think the super team era is done.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if it's done, but it's tough. Look what Phoenix did. That was the worst. We'll talk about that next. The worst.
No, we can go to Phoenix right now. Let's talk about Phoenix.
Build a team of inconsistent health players. You got
I'm
3 players who
ecstatic.
never can stay on the court, and
So-
they just it was a bad match.
I love
two-
it. I'm
2 years ago,
I'm
Phoenix-
so glad we got Brad's contract off there.
Oh,
I'm a diehard Wizards fan,
Yes.
and I am so glad.
Yes.
We got that dumbass, bum-ass contract off
Yes.
the books.
Yes.
And also, I'm really glad to see the Suns
Fail.
crumble.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, I agree.
go Wizards.
So 2 years ago, the Suns had the best record in the league
Yep.
and it was looking real good. And they made that trade like that. Reminds me of that Carmelo trade when he went from Denver to New York. He finally got to New York where he wanted to go, but they had to trade the whole damn team to get him.
It's true.
So he was left with nothing.
Exactly.
That is true.
That reminds me of that Durant. They gave. What's my man that went to Brooklyn that was on the Olympic team? What's his name? He played good on the Olympics. He went to Brooklyn.
Miles
Bridges, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Bridges and they let CP3 work. And
They had deep roster, and he went for the big,
Got rid of
big
Aiden.
name.
yeah.
Aiden was he had issues.
And then the Suns GM, he came out and said that they're gonna keep the roster together, and nobody has been able to unlock KD yet, and that's what he wants to do.
First of all,
He won 2 championships and ain't nobody unlock them. That's crazy.
that
Spoken like a true
was
loser.
a dumb statement. But
Spoken
the
like a
problem is they
true
can't do nothing with the
loser.
roster.
That was a villain laugh right there.
They can't do nothing with that roster right now.
Yeah, I mean, he ain't got no choice but to keep it together.
Exactly.
You gotta make that
You
work.
gotta make them happy.
He out of there though. This ain't gonna work. I'm predicting it right now. We'll talk about it
Who
next.
out of there, KD?
Nah, I think that GM is out of there.
Oh,
Well, they fired the GM, the other GM that was out there, the black dude. Who's GM of
no, cuz was on Miami Heat, right?
Yeah, they fired him and
No, he's still there.
he's still there?
Yeah.
You sure?
Yeah, he the one that made that statement. So they're gonna unlock KD.
Okay. Must be another team.
Yeah.
Yeah, good luck.
Yeah, that's gonna be tough.
Good
That's
luck
gonna be tough.
unlocking him at 36.
I can see Devin Booker wanting to get the hell out of there.
I like Book.
I think it's a
Book,
good time.
Book is the best player.
How many more years on his deal?
Yeah, I don't know.
Gotta be good, though.
That's a good question right
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
Because I think like they had just re-signed what you call him and got him the hell up out of there. Who was it? Brad. We had just
Yeah.
re-signed Brad and got him the hell up out of there. So that
Exactly.
don't mean nothing in the NBA.
Yeah.
Phoenix got
It's a lot of money.
And Brad has a no trade clause in his contract. So he's like, nah, I ain't
Ain't
gonna.
nobody gonna trade for him.
Exactly.
Nobody taking on $130 million for that. And the crazy thing is, when Brad played with the Wizards, he had like the longest streak in the NBA at one time of games played.
Yeah.
And then it seemed like after, I think he had got hurt maybe the last year or two he was with us, and after that he fell apart.
Yeah, he checked out.
Yeah.
He wasn't playing hard.
Yeah, that was James Jones. Yeah, he
James
got
Jones.
fired. Yeah, he got fired. They
fired him?
Yeah, they fired him. Yeah, they fired him.
When they from?
Yeah, I was gonna say, I thought the Phoenix GM was a
Cause
white guy.
he just made that statement this morning.
Yeah, I thought the Phoenix GM was a white
Nah,
guy.
I thought that comment was a couple
Nah,
days
it's
ago.
James Jones.
No,
They
James
fired him after he said that dumb shit.
Oh, they found him after that.
I thought
Well, everybody knew that.
They should have fired him.
They should. Yeah, I mean, that was,
If I were them, I would trade KD.
Again,
I would just worry about Booker.
he got the Shaq legacy going on now. Like, nigga, how many teams you gonna play for?
Yeah, KD is a
It's a bad.
KD is hard to talk about, man. The local guy, we want to love him so bad, but he just keep doing stuff. It's like,
do you think he'll ever come to DC?
Never. But I think he should.
hey, Kev,
He's doing
He should though.
He's doing
Yeah, do your last.
last year.
I'm gonna be real. I think now's the time.
Last year the Wizards.
Come
Yeah,
on home,
you
baby.
know what?
You stinking it up every week.
Is that-
though.
I think
What's the
that's not
difference
bad.
if you get in the first round?
he left
Exactly.
OKC. He left OKC. He should have kept it, right?
How you come here? Y'all talk so much shit
And
about
the East
him.
is whole lot
Exactly.
easier than the
I wanna
West.
come in.
Don't come here.
For sure.
Yeah.
I'm saying nah.
I think his reasons for not wanting to come home are very personal.
I think so.
Every time you come
Yeah.
home, you got to buy 200 tickets.
You got
He said that.
distractions.
You think that's the reason?
That's what he said. I'm just going off
I
what
thought
he
the
said.
reason he ain't come in is because he wanted to go get up with Golden State after
No,
the
I mean,
possession.
obviously, like
Nah.
he feels like he wanted to go to a winning
You can't
team.
beat him,
but
bro.
not it. But outside of that, there are personal reasons. He always talked about like every time he came home, he had to buy 200 tickets for everybody and get him tickets away to all the family and friends and coaches. He just felt like there wasn't any privacy, any way for him to focus on the game when he came here.
Yeah.
So that was something that he wasn't interested in. I'm just going off what he said.
Well, we'll see. I think it's time. End of the career. Come on home. End your career at home.
Yeah.
Retire.
And I
Get
agree,
the
he ain't gonna get no
age,
privacy.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
So you saying give up on winning championships? Give up on
Y'all
winning?
shit on him more because he old. He ain't playing this.
Why would the Wizards want him?
Couldn't get no worse.
Yeah,
Trying to build a
literally-
team.
It's a box office.
Literally,
I mean, it's box
it
office.
couldn't get any worse.
Trying to build
We
a
are
team.
the worst team in the NBA. It could not get any worse. There is
Yeah.
nothing to lose, no matter who
Who-
you bring
Black
here.
guy to the pool.
All right, let's
And this is the worst draft ever. Coincidentally, we have the second pick this year. So I mean, we have nothing
we
to
don't know what pick we got yet, but
a Serbian, I guarantee.
Well, we'll visit that later. Let's move on to
third pick this year.
they'll be the number one.
Serbian.
They'll get the number one this year because there's no clear
number
cut.
one, and nobody good.
It's gonna be a foreigner.
yeah.
It's gonna be a foreigner who average. I'm gonna tell you, listen.
18 gonna be the best
I
player.
could write this in my sleep. They gonna get a foreigner who averaged 19 overseas, which will translate to 9 over here.
Oh,
he will
no.
actually get 7, and he will wash out every year.
That sound like
Play
Kwame
this
Brown.
back.
That sound like Kwame Brown.
Play this back.
Nah, I
Sound
think
like
they
Kwame
got.
Brown.
I hope they have a better.
Look at that close up
They
right
got a better
there.
GM right now. They got a better GM.
All right, so so the Knicks and Philly series just ended. I gotta say that was a real good series.
It was.
Great
It was
series.
very competitive.
Very
And
Oh yeah.
Very
so Knicks win the series 4-2.
hard work.
Look, the point differential was Knicks +1 over those 6 games.
Is that right?
The point differential was New York +1.
Oh wow.
And I'm not gonna lie, like the game that they won, I want to say it was Sunday that the 76ers won that game, was like a fluke. Jalen Brunson, like literally the last minute of the game, he threw the ball away.
But the thing is,
There was a lot of bad turnovers that
A
game.
lot of bad turnovers. Two of them back to back was Jalen.
look at game.
Yeah.
Look at game 2. New York had a fluke game too.
That's true.
Yeah, but no, you can't say it's a fluke when Maxi
They didn't call the foul.
Maxi with a 4-point play and then the logo shot.
Yeah.
No, I'm saying I'm talking about game 2.
I ain't gonna lie, it was weird because
It
I
was
remember
both more fluky that.
Max had like quit, like he missed. I think he like missed the play or something like that, and the guy like stole the ball from him. And he just like stood there, and I think at that point he thought it was over. And then
He thought it was a
overtime.
foul. Exactly.
Yeah, he thought it was over and went to overtime.
Some good
But
games.
they actually
though.
won that game.
And what people, this is what people, where BZL at? Because he's one of the main ones. This is what people don't do. You got to appreciate the officiating in these playoffs. They let them play. Playoffs, you playoffs is
I agree.
But they all missed some calls.
You see when-
But it depends though.
You see when,
it depends on the game.
no,
I
you
saw
see
some
when
bullshit
MB
calls in the Lakers games.
grabbed the dude's legs and took him out.
That should have been a flag.
I would say that they're
It should've
letting
been
them
going
play.
out.
They
Yes,
let the
yes.
Knicks versus the 76ers play. It was a lot of bullshit calls.
Yeah.
I don't know. Russ was doing some shit too in that series. They ain't no Russ out.
Yeah. That game, he should have.
Motherfuckers don't want to step to Russ. But yeah, we all know what Brunson do, but I thought Maxey showed something.
Oh yeah, you're gonna get a
And you see how when the series was over, MB did the interview with Maxey. He made sure they was sitting all close. He said, "That's my man. We're gonna do this."
Because he's trying to keep him.
Well,
Yeah,
get rid of
yeah.
Tobias Harris because he's in no show.
Stinks.
That was a waste
That
of
was
money.
terrible, man.
Stink.
Replace
But you
him
know
with-
what? To be fair to Tobias was shooting 40%. He was shooting 44% from the perimeter when he first got to 76.
Yes, he was balling.
He looked like
He came-
a goal.
he
When he
was
came from the
balling.
Clippers,
He was balling.
he was balling. I don't know what. I think we don't give enough credit to the fact that the NBA now has really transitioned into like a system.
Yeah.
You have to find a system that fits these players.
Yeah.
It's not just about putting good players on the team.
That's true.
And that system just didn't fit him at all.
Yeah, his first couple of years he was balling. And,
Yeah.
But the end of the career there, he faded out.
The system
Yeah.
just didn't work for him.
Yeah, I agree.
But I don't want to talk about Tobias like
He
he,
got his
was
money.
always dog shit because he wasn't. He used to be a baller.
Yes.
I think like he fell off a little bit, and also niggas got married and
You got
Oh,
Yeah, they
man,
got
I don't want to hear that.
I mean he got married, he got paid. Sometimes some guys they lose the fire when things like
But
that.
you can't. But it looks bad when you use just 0 points in the playoffs. Certain
Yeah.
clutch games, you gotta show up. You gotta come with something.
I remember the day he said like, "Oh, casual 76ers fans, they would trade me for a crumble cookie." well, you finna get traded for that cookie. brother.
Yeah,
It's over out there.
He's done.
It's
He's
done. But I think he could go somewhere and find a system that works for him.
Yeah.
And come back and average maybe 17. I think that he could still do that.
So how far y'all think New York can go? I'm already on record saying they're gonna go to the final.
I think they're going to the Eastern Conference
Eastern
Finals.
Conference Finals.
But
I don't
beat
think-
Boston? I don't see it.
Boston.
I don't see it.
Even if Porzingis don't come back,
And he ain't coming back. But even without Porzingis, I don't see them
I don't
beating
think I'm
Boston.
beating Boston either.
Now, do I see Boston
Without
beating the
Porzingis?
Nuggets without Porzingis?
Yeah.
If those niggas ain't playing,
He's not the core of that
Ain't
team.
playing New York is gonna go through them.
You think so? I don't know.
You know why I'm not sure about that? Because I think like Al Horford, even though he playing less minutes and coming off the bench, he shows up.
Yeah,
So I think like if Al Horford has 2 or 3 good games, you can't say that.
Yeah,
It only takes for him to have 2 or 3 good games.
But a good game for Hartford ain't winning the game.
but they still
That ain't winning the game for them.
I think it is if you got Jalen
Derek
and
White has stepped up this game this year, and he's
phenomenal.
definitely
Last
Derek
2
White,
years.
nice.
as that.
Last
The
2,
makeup
3
for
years.
Porzingis. She talking about Horford.
I know.
Horford will have to pick that up.
Yeah.
But they need Porzingis to win the championship to beat
That's what we
Denver.
talking about.
Yeah,
Get into the
But as
finals.
far as,
I was talking about
to
East
get to get New York, they don't need Porzingis to be getting New York.
Yeah, I don't think that they
You know what I'm
need.
They don't need Porzingis to beat New York.
No.
Man, y'all
But they need
y'all
Porzingis to win the
What you think,
championship.
cuz? What you think, cuz?
They need Porzingis to win the championship.
Definitely need Porzingis.
Yeah, New York,
Definitely.
they are some dogs, man.
But I
They are.
They are, for sure.
But they deep enough. They deep enough to beat them without the dogs, though. They got you still got Brown. You still got Tatum.
Boston ain't as
They
gritty.
looking terrible.
And also,
They look terrible.
They not as gritty at all.
not at all.
They ain't
They
got-
can't. They can't take it.
But I think
Yeah.
there's something to be said for late playoff experience.
Yes.
Which is really the only thing that beat the Celtics against the Warriors besides Steph Curry being immaculate. But if you look at like everybody else on the Warriors outside of Steph Curry and like Draymond playing mind games with Jaylen Brown and kind of taking him out, it really was the Celtics who beat themselves.
Yeah.
They were very close most of those games. But that late game experience,
Yep.
that championship experience, it matters. And
Yeah.
the Celtics have
Yeah.
far more playoff experience.
Do they?
I think it.
Horford,
They got way more
Horford,
players than the
Tatum.
Knicks.
Everybody else brand new on the team.
No, Jalen was there before Tatum.
Okay,
he was
that's
there the year
cool.
before. You got Jalen, you got
You said a couple
Brown,
kilos,
you
right?
got Derek played in the playoffs the last 2 years.
Yes. The other the
And
point guard.
he is just a show up type of guy.
The little-
Derek showed up in that playoffs against the Warriors
Yeah.
when
Derek
when Tatum
was a
did.
baller.
Tatum
exactly.
Tatum fucking
Tatum
crumbled.
fell
Tatum
Yeah.
crumbled in that series.
Yeah.
Tatum crumbled in that series
Yeah,
against
but
the
that's it
Warriors.
though. Boston got a whole new team.
No, that's a whole new team.
No, not a whole new thing.
They got rid of everybody.
Pritchard been on that team.
That Pritchard.
Pritchard been on that team. Best of
Yes,
I know.
He drafted him.
$100, right? Yeah, Pritchard been on the team, but Pritchard ain't nobody.
Pritchard ain't nobody.
He still got Drew Holiday. Drew Holiday, a veteran experience.
Yeah.
He's a veteran experience who won a championship.
And he's been good.
Yeah.
Yeah, you talking about it like that? Come on,
Nah,
not being
nah.
fair. You're not
Nobody
being
saw
fair.
him.
I guess my
This
point
was
is-
the first series.
The roster's still better.
If they don't have Porzingis, they in trouble against the Knicks, man.
Drew Holiday.
Nah, they still a deeper roster.
Yeah.
I think it's still a deeper roster.
They got a deep roster.
Yeah, with D. Rock.
And there's a couple players off that bench that had some big games.
Yes, yeah, I can say about that.
Horford and Brunson, they all played over 40 minutes, man. Horford, Brunson, and Hart.
They do.
That's no, not Horford. I meant Vincenzo.
DiVincenzo.
Dude's tough, man. Tough.
Yeah.
Man, they scratch.
And they're young and they hungry.
The
They
total
hungry.
opposite of
They
Boston.
hungry.
Something
Total opposite of what Boston is.
as far as attitude, yeah.
But is it ironic though? You know, all three of them played their college years in Philly, and they won the. You know,
Yeah, I don't think it's outright. I don't think that's by accident.
I mean, hey,
I don't think that's.
I love that for
I
them.
think
that's
that's
crazy.
I love it for them.
I do like that for them too. That's one thing I do.
I
like
love that
about
for
it.
them. I do.
They got them back together. You got the band back together.
I'll
But
say-
I'm gonna be
I'll
honest.
say
I hate the
this, though.
Celtics, so I hope you're right.
But I'll say this though: next year, New York they trying to add somebody.
They need a big.
Your boy he's gone.
You think he gone?
Yeah.
Yes,
Damn.
because he ain't played well at all.
DiVincenzo.
He played decent
think so?
that last
I mean-
game, but he been terrible.
Gone.
Duke's been outplaying him.
But he made some big shots though. He made some big shots. He made some big shots.
Vincenzo played good D yesterday.
Yeah.
That game.
There's something to be said. I mean, Andre Roberson kept a deal for years and was a terrible offensive
Yeah.
player.
Exactly.
See,
I don't think he got.
All right, so
this thing.
this is the juicy one right here. Nuggets Timberwolves. What y'all think
yeah.
about this?
Ooh,
That's
that
gonna be
could
a
go
good one.
7
That's gonna be a
games.
good- I was thinking the same thing.
That could go 7 games.
Who you got, Darius? Who you got? And how many games?
That's tough.
I got
It's
a feeling all y'all gonna pick Denver.
I like Minnesota. They split 2. I mean, obviously regular season. They split 2-2, but I think Denver with that championship experience, that's the only thing that can win right now. But Minnesota's gonna be on their heels. It's gonna be a back and forth matchup. I mean, obviously, you know, we got the young stars in Minnesota.
Mm-hmm.
They deep. They got the length. They play good D. But I think this Murray and Jokic, the championship experience, is going to take them over the top.
Mm-hmm.
But it's going to go 6 or 7 games though. 6 or 7 games back and forth. It's definitely going to be a battle. So,
for sure.
but I got Denver taking that series though.
Okay, so you got Denver in 7.
Denver in 7.
Denver in 7.
Denver
Yep.
in 7.
She gonna say the same thing.
I'm going Timberwolves in 7. I think that when I looked at that Lakers, like first of all, those Lakers games were very close. It wasn't like the Nuggets were dominating.
Exactly.
And I think
Very
one of the
good game.
things that AD did very, very well was like really using his body against Jokic to kind of slow him down, right? Because Jokic isn't the most athletic. So it's true.
Yeah.
Right. So I really think like if they can find a way to like, I don't want to say physically dominate Jokic, but if they can find a way to like tire him out, the series could be theirs. So I'm going with the
Tire who
Timberwolves
out?
and 7.
Jokic?
Yeah, if they can find a way to
You think
tire
he can
Jokic
tire him
out.
out?
Yeah, for
Who?
sure.
Yeah, yeah.
Who? Gobert.
Gobert is still a former defensive player. I mean, he's
Still a defensive
he's
player of the
still a
year
defensive player
candidate. I don't like
candidate.
it, but he is still a defensive player of the year candidate.
I'm gonna tell you the matchup to look at is Gordon versus Towns.
Yeah.
Mm.
The X factor is wiped out.
Because not only is Gordon gonna force Towns to come down low and play more physical, Towns gonna make Gordon step out. You know what I mean? It's gonna be about coaching in this game. Man.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's gonna
for
be a good
sure.
series. It's gonna be a good.
It's
one.
gonna be good though.
Oh, yeah.
That's unfortunate that I feel like the best games happen before the championship.
And,
Yeah,
and-
but not
at
really
what point-
because OKC, they're still a good young teams. They can.
I love OKC and I love Shaq.
I do too.
At
I
what
love
point
Shaq.
does Ant
He's
say?
special.
Ant say, "I got Jamal Murray,"
Mm-hmm.
and it's Murray
Somebody gonna have to
against
get
Ant.
his. I ain't gonna have to step up and get his ass like,
Yeah.
because he gonna shoot that thing from the logo.
How you
So,
feel about Ant, Cuz? How you feel about
That's
it?
my boy.
He fucks with
Tough,
Ant.
man.
a dog?
Tough.
A
I
dog
see him winning in 5.
and no fear.
Who?
Minnesota.
Timberwolves.
And
Timberwolves,
five?
I like it.
Oh shit!
I hope you're right. I'm gonna claim
Hey,
that.
for real, man.
I
Bach
love
checking in for everything DMV radio. He said Timberwolves gonna win in 6.
And you got
He said 5.
And no, I said 5.
Yeah.
That's confident right there.
Yeah.
crazy thing
That's
is
confident.
That's a
X factor
gentleman's
is
sweep.
wiped out.
That's a gentleman's sweep.
For
And
sure.
with the X factor wiped out,
Who's the
I'm
X factor?
looking at Gordon. I look at Gordon.
You gonna wipe him out?
With Towns?
You
I think they're
him
gonna
out?
wipe each other out. And honestly, I think that Edwards, he's just that much of a star. He gonna take over, man.
I like it. I hope so.
I like Edwards.
Also,
He
I
gonna,
like it. I would love to see the Nuggets lose.
Denver
So I
bench
hope
ain't
so.
what it was last year.
That's true. That's another
but
factor.
the one thing I can say is Porter. He's playing a lot better than last year. Last year he struggled and they won.
That's
this
true.
year
That's very true.
he's shooting a lot better.
Very
He's
true.
more consistent because last year he was shooting like garbage
Yeah,
last year, and
for
they
sure.
still won without him having his bad shooting. He's still, I don't know if it's because his brother's going through what they going through.
I actually think Porter's the X factor this
Yeah,
year.
he's
Black hole,
definitely
ain't
the
he
X
a black
factor.
hole?
Yeah, he get it. He pulling it.
He beat a black hole.
Yeah.
He touched the ball. He's shooting, man. He ain't getting it back.
But the thing is, he's more consistent. He's driving. I mean, last year his shot was off. I don't know what it was.
He was
last
bad
year.
last year.
He was hard when playoffs last year,
He
but
was
they
bad.
won without him. This year he's another level right now.
He's
Yeah.
gotta stop Ant. He gotta stop Ant.
I don't know how you're gonna do that.
Yeah, ain't gonna get here.
Ain't gonna get 40.
He gonna
It's
get here.
fine.
He gonna get here.
And I think they're anticipating that.
Yeah,
I think
exactly.
their goal is like Ant's gonna be
KCP
Ant. How do we
gonna be
neutralize everybody else?
KCP gonna be on it.
Because he's their best defender.
Yeah,
Yeah. If that's the case, then Ant getting 40 again.
Yeah, it's gonna be tough to stop Ant, but you got the rest of the team though. It's gonna be
Yeah, I think if you can neutralize Ant, you can figure out the rest on the fly.
Big if.
For sure.
yeah.
All
For
right.
sure.
Man, we wanted to go through NBA awards. I like that. I like that. So who's your MVP this year?
SGA.
Who's the MVP for this year?
Shay. Shay, for sure.
Yeah, I would vote for Shea.
Oh, y'all going to say over?
I'm voting for
No
Shea
question.
over Luka.
and Dunk?
Yep,
and
got
Booker?
that number one seed. Got him to number one seed. No one expected OKC to get number one seed.
Yeah.
And
Come
a
on,
team
check
that
that
they
shit.
built
Hey,
from
hey,
the
be
track.
real.
Scratch. Exactly.
I need
exactly.
you to do one of those clip cuts. Go back. Beginning of the season when I told all y'all OKC was going to be the team this year. I
Yeah.
predicted that.
I gotta
Remember
go
that
check
Duncan
the tape.
Terry?
I really thought
Yeah,
they would
I mean,
they would have been a team a lot sooner. Had 63 now.
I remember.
I got short memories. You can't say I remember.
I remember you mentioning it.
I said OKC was a team that's going
They're
to
definitely dark boys. Yeah.
Yeah.
And for the record,
I
he
say that
still
too.
picked Suns to go to the finals.
Yeah, I did. But listen,
Really?
We're not gonna talk
Why?
about that. I thought they were gonna mess.
Why
a
did you
little better.
ever think that?
I thought they were gonna be dangerous.
I knew any team with Kevin Durant leading had no chance. He just isn't a leader.
All right, I feel like this
That's
next,
why he ain't coming this way.
I feel like this next award gonna be.
We don't need him to lead. We got Avia.
It's
Just kidding.
I feel like this
He is the
award-
vet on that team.
I feel like this.
He's the vet.
crazy.
It's
Been
ridiculous. He only been here 6 years, but he is the vet on that team. He's the longest tenured player on the Wizards. He
know.
just Denny, which is
How
like
many years he been?
5.
Yeah, right.
That's a long time.
Ugh,
That's crazy. That's
long
crazy
time.
though. That's
it
crazy.
is.
NBA, it don't.
Disgust me. Ugh.
That's crazy.
So now we're going to defensive player of the year. I feel this is going to be a problem.
I like Wemby. With his amount of blocks he had this year. I mean, what the other winners? What
He's
Bam.
third in defensive ranking. It's Rudy, it's
Rudy.
Jokic, and then it's Wemby.
I thought it was a Bam Adebayo too. They got Bam
Yep.
as a thing.
I like Bam.
But
So
I probably would give it to Wemby or Bam.
I would give Wemby.
Chet led the league in blocks this year.
Did he?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't see Wemby on
his
here.
defensive rating. He like top 10 for sure too. Like in defensive rating, Chet was pretty high too.
Yeah.
Maybe top 5. I want to say top 5.
Yeah, all y'all want to talk about is Wemby.
No, I'm saying like
I'm looking
just
at
in
the
defensive
leading
rating.
three.
I
The
think.
difference.
Yeah, both y'all got Wemby for defensive player of the year, the rookie.
I like Bam. I'm going with
I
Bam.
think Bam is so underrated.
Bam is underrated.
I like
he
Bam.
undersized, but he plays hard.
You know what I like about him? How he do the same move every time and it still works. He do the same move every time and it works.
because he's perfected it.
Yeah, that's
And I feel like not enough credit is given
But
to
we
like
talking defense.
one or two moves and perfecting them.
No, Wemby led blocks per game is 3.6. Is Wemby?
3 point. That's crazy.
Yeah. No, he had the most per game.
I still like Bam.
Chet was 2.3.
But if they gave it to either Rudy, Jokic, or Wemby, it wouldn't shock me because they got the highest defensive ratings.
yeah.
And it's always a numbers game. I think it's shocking that LeBron's never won one. He should have by now. Maybe not this year.
Not
Not
now.
this year.
Maybe he's younger.
Not now. But in his younger years, he should have won one.
It was what year was that? That he was second one year, and they gave it to
Irving got 2 points. Come on, Kyrie.
I think somebody got defensive player of the year, and they didn't even make like the all
Oh
defensive
yeah,
team.
they didn't make the all defense. I remember that.
It was crazy.
That was
LeBron
like 20.
second in defensive player of the year.
And they gave it to somebody. They just didn't want him to have it.
yeah,
that makes sense.
It was crazy. I remember exactly
I'ma
what you're
look that
talking
up
about.
and see.
Yeah,
I'ma
look
look
that up because I remember exactly what you're talking about. Because I was like, what the hell? Like,
So I guess we can obviously say Wemby was rookie of the year. Shout out to Chet though. Chet was
No, Chet balled up.
after
Yeah,
his
Chet
red
balled
shirt.
Yeah.
After his red shirt, he did.
I still don't see why they consider that still a rookie, although you got hurt the first year. You still
Did it with Ben.
practices.
Let me break-
I know.
did the same thing with Ben, and I hated it then.
Let me tell you because he
What?
never played a game.
I know he didn't play.
But
he
I
still
think-
in the locker room, he still was learning from pros.
You're learning from pros for an
Exactly.
entire
A whole
year,
year.
sitting on a bench for an
Mentally getting
entire
middle
year,
back.
getting coached by NBA coaches
Exactly.
for an entire
They
year,
telling you what to
getting
do the whole
developed
year.
in the NBA for an entire year.
That's
That
the
is
advantage.
trash.
That's the advantage.
That's a clear advantage.
That's a big advantage than having to come out fresh out
That's
of
ridiculous.
overseas or college. You know what
Nah,
I'm saying?
and
That's
Ben
a
is the
big
proof that it's a
Just like going
ridiculous
to the G
thing.
League, they get the experience too.
Yeah, I mean, if you ain't play, you ain't play.
They get the experience.
I don't know. Nah, it's
What you looking at her?
Would you be considered a rookie if you
like
went
it.
into the G League and played in the G League?
no. You
Got hurt, and
well,
then got himself together.
Not the NBA.
saying.
Not the NBA.
G League-
Troy Brown was
G League
averaging like
different
30 in the G
Yeah,
League,
G League
which
is
didn't mean
different.
shit. He was
Exactly.
trash on every team he played on.
G League is different from NBA.
He
Yeah,
got hurt
that shit don't
before-
matter.
He got hurt
That,
before
that G League
preseason.
shit is nonsense.
I don't consider G League.
Troy Brown was a dog in the G League. Came to the NBA and was ass every damn way he went. He was ass. They put him in the G League for 20, 30 games doing the Wizards. He came back and was ass. That moves nothing. It means nothing. That G League shit don't count. I don't care who watching it. All y'all G League niggas watching, it don't count.
We need that for Wizards pod.
Y'all are high school.
Hey,
players.
it's DZ. Always was here.
Y'all niggas is JUCO. And don't ever forget.
All right, so most improved. Who y'all got for most improved?
Most improved. Let me look at this.
Who?
Kobe White.
Yeah, from
Kobe
Chicago.
White is good.
I like Kobe.
Yeah. I like
kind of
Kobe.
like saying Maxi too, man.
I like Maxie too.
But I
I
think
feel like he was
Kobe.
good last year, though. Not as good, obviously.
You know,
but
your boy Denny was fourth in the voting.
get the hell out
Was
of my
he?
face.
He was fourth.
Get the hell out of my face.
Then he got fourth.
Yeah, he. I would say I would consider him as proved the top 5, maybe not
Okay.
top 1, but
started
yeah.
shooting
he's improved.
too.
He's gotten better.
been more-
He's gotten better.
he's more
But
consistent.
Maxie, I would say I agree with you. Maxie
More
definitely.
consistent. But I wouldn't give it to him over nobody else.
Don't you feel like Denny? Don't you feel like Denny out there? Like one day he gonna be nice as hell for another team.
He had some good games.
No.
Soon as they let him go, he gonna be nice as hell.
No, I don't think he's gonna pull a Weber or Jawan go somewhere. Especially I don't
Dominate.
Yeah, I don't. I
So
think he's gonna be
now-
Denny everywhere.
6 man. It was won by Nas Reed. Y'all agree with that, Nas Reed? I like Malik Monk.
Yeah,
Monk is always going for the bench. Yeah,
He's reckless.
But Nas had a good year though.
Bobby Portis was 6 man.
It's like Bobby Porter always 6 man. Even 6 man for his whole career. You know what I'm saying? He you know that's big shot Bobby. Come off the bench, make some plays.
I'm not giving big eyes Bobby. No. Nigga walk around like this all day. No, leave me
I
alone.
would think Coach of the Year was. I think OKC coach got to win that, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
Got to.
Mark
yeah.
Dagnan.
Got to.
Got to.
He definitely deserved that.
All right. Well, let's go to NFL. The draft was last week.
You're now tuned into the Next2Flex Podcast. Streets talking about.
The first thing I noticed, the first thing I thought was interesting about the draft was a defensive player didn't get taken to 15. That's crazy, right?
That is crazy.
No defense to the 15th pick.
That's unheard of.
Why is that, Dave? Why is that?
It's offensive league. The league is all about offense, but you know defense wins championships. But you know it's offense.
So why they ain't pick one for 15?
Offense sells tickets. And offense is obviously more exciting. I mean, this year was quarterback rich, wide receiver rich, and what? O line rich. O line rich. I mean, those are the top.
Is it rich or is that just what they want?
No, they were deep. The wide receivers were deep this year. Quarterbacks were deep this year. O lines were deep. So that just happened to be that year where defense wasn't as many dominant defenses coming out of college like it was offense. And so this happened to be one of them years. So, but you know, this is one of them years. But it's going to go back to normal next year. It's going to be some defensive players.
I think it's a trend.
But the league is
I think some
trying
of
to
these
come off.
defensive players got picked later are going to be monsters, and it's going to be like
Could be,
damn.
yeah, of course.
They feel like
Of course.
You never know with the draft. Tom Brady was a 6th round.
Exactly.
And
So
no, but
it's gonna go like it's gonna go.
But the first defensive player not going to 15th. I mean, there are things with defense as far as schemes, so many different schemes, and a player got to fit your scheme, or you won't even think about drafting. A guy could be a top 10, but if you playing a 3-4, he a 4-3 rusher.
Yeah.
You ain't got, you know. So a lot of that plays into it, the schemes and everything. But I think the emphasis on offense, I think it's just a trend.
Yeah, I mean, it's just a trend.
I mean, there were a lot of electrifying players this year too, though.
There was no dominant defensive player coming out of the draft.
Yeah.
I mean, who was the dominant player?
There were dominant offensive players.
Exactly. It's like way more
Huge
dominant.
names were in that top 10.
Exactly.
It's just, I think it's more of a need draft. It's like the teams that what they picked up, they needed,
Yeah.
and they were like accept that the position they excelled at that position.
But to say you don't need defense, that's crazy though.
But next year, you're looking at like the top 3 picks of defensive players.
Well,
Yeah, I
don't know about that.
I think this year was abnormal.
There's a QB from Georgia who they saying gonna be number 1. I don't even know. I can't even think his name.
From Georgia? I don't know about that.
What about your Commanders? How you feel about that draft?
Go ahead, start off.
Y'all the heavy Commanders fan.
Oh yeah.
I'm very proud of us.
Yes, I agree.
I'll just say that. I'm very proud of us. New ownership really showed up in this draft. The new front office really showed up in this draft. I'm excited.
It was definitely
Excited about Daniel.
I'm excited about Daniels.
We needed them.
Besides Daniels, though, they filled holes that need to be filled. They didn't do a Ron Rivera draft that picking players who fit his mold. They fit.
So what they need? What do they need that they fill? They got to.
They filled a D tackle. They need another D line. They did an edge rusher, a wide receiver, give them another weapon, a slot receiver,
And a cornerback.
So they filled a bunch of different, and a linebacker. I think they get a linebacker too.
I think
Got a
so.
linebacker too. So I mean, they filled a bunch of needs this year.
Yeah.
I actually think that Daniels can be successful in this. They're building around him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's why in that fantasy, that rookie fantasy, that's why I drafted him. I feel like he's gonna put some numbers up.
I agree.
I thought about drafting him, but I ain't want to draft a quarterback that high. I need
Because you know what I'm saying. You know what I'm gonna tell you right now, Darius.
Yeah.
You listen to. Y'all listen to them. I don't want to be a certain way in here, but y'all listen to them dudes too much. They criticize every pick y'all make like they some kind of experts and they know everything. Y'all listen to them and y'all let it affect y'all picks, man.
Who?
Who? Y'all.
Yahoo.
Listen to what you just said. You ain't want to pick a quarterback.
At-
You was worried that they were talking about.
At 3. Well, we can off topic. At 3, Roman Duzier, who I picked up, was a better pick than as far as
he coming in as a third receiver.
A long term in a fantasy draft.
Yeah, fantasy draft.
Long term. I think he's a good.
But you
good
wanted
player.
Daniels, but you ain't want no backlash.
I could have got Caleb. I could have got Caleb.
Well, that league is not quarterback friendly.
It's not exactly. It's not that quarterback. I can get.
No, it's not
in that
quarterback
league-
friendly if you got an average quarterback. If you got one of the top ones, it's very friendly.
Rushing quarterback is probably friendly.
Yeah.
Which Daniels is going to be.
Well, I have an idea what I could do later on in the free agent pickups that can work out. But we'll talk about that. We getting off topic. Let's talk about back to the Commanders draft, man. Let's get back to the Commanders draft. we'll do fantasy in August when it's draft season time.
On since Darius getting a little.
Nah. I'm good.
So, what about this Penix Cousins mess? What y'all think about that? Like, what's?
Thought it was weird. I mean, I just don't get it.
Short term.
Why you pay him?
Long term.
Yeah, why you pay him?
I know.
And he got a no trade clause, right?
I mean, they kind of
Probably.
I think he got a no trade clause.
They kind of did what Green Bay did. You know what I mean?
Most of that money was guaranteed. I just don't understand. I mean, I get it. You need a solid backup.
You do.
Especially in the NFL, especially now.
Yeah.
But like that's really high. And I really thought he would have still been available in the second round. I think that's my concern.
No.
You don't think he would have been available?
Well, listen, Penix,
First round pick is a backup. I think that's.
arguably Penix is the most seasoned quarterback in this draft.
Exactly.
It's just his injuries was his knock. His injuries.
You mean the oldest
He's the
nigga?
oldest nigga in the draft.
Yeah, but
He's the oldest nigga in college.
and he's more polished. He's more polished. It was
He should be polished. He's 30.
yeah. But what I'm saying is, his only knock. The reason he didn't go higher is his only knock was his injuries.
Yeah.
That was it.
It's a big ass knock.
Yeah, it is. It is.
But you know what? Did y'all read his player statement in the Tribune?
What's that?
What is that?
Is like so the Tribune is where they let like players just talk. So he was basically this was the letter that he sent to all of the teams, and he was saying like, he was proud of those injuries because he felt like he knows exactly how he looks after those injuries. It's a lot of players that get injured like that and you have no idea what their recovery is going to look like. Okay. You know exactly what I'm going to look like now. Like if something happens to me, I'm coming back strong every time. And I thought that was an interesting point.
As long as his body permitted.
Not bad.
I thought it was very interesting. And it made me respect him. Like I was like, yeah. And he's
has his
right.
body
It's a
boy
lot
down.
of players who come back from those injuries and they fall apart because mentally they're not strong. It might not have anything to do with the strength of whatever it was that you hurt. Some guys like mentally they're just never the same. I think Anthony Hardaway is a good example of that.
Yeah.
Of somebody who just like kind of mentally crumbled after he broke his ankle. So I think being able to like mentally recover from those things as well as the physical, I thought it was great. He earned my respect in that article for sure.
Also, Raheem Morris said his being a head coach previous, the one thing he wished he had was a solid quarterback throughout them years. And so he wanted to get, I guess, guarantee that if Kirk Cousins shit the bed, he wanted to have a solid. He wasn't going to have no quarterback mess up his coaching career this time. So they're going to draft the quarterback who take him in the future, and if you want to have a security blanket.
It was what Green Bay did. It was the same thing Green Bay did.
No,
If you Kirk Cousins,
but he was already there for like forever. Kirk was just paid. So
Aaron just paid. Not Aaron.
He's already on the team for 10, 12 years. This is a new team. You just picked him up this year. It's a little different.
So, cuz you Kirk Cousins, I'm your boy. I call you up the next day. Like, what the fuck is going on, dog? You Kirk Cousins, I'm your boy. We on the phone, man. Pick your hand up.
I'm tight.
What the fuck is going on, dog?
I'm tight.
Well, why they do that shit?
That don't make no sense. They don't have no love for me. They don't trust me.
You got that bag, though.
You are.
You get that bag. Exactly.
Fall apart.
Let me shout out the window.
They need-
You is gonna fall apart. That's what you do.
Basically.
You are 8 and 9 nigga.
So let me ask you, so bro, are you gonna fuck with him in camp? Like you gonna show him the ropes and shit?
That's what the Titans quarterback said. He ain't fuck with the rookies that was behind him either. I'm not getting paid to coach them.
Oh yeah.
Hey, we're on the phone, man.
Kirk Cousins, I don't know if he that.
We're on the phone, man.
I don't know if he willing to do that, bro.
Now you,
Cousins is paid, dog. He is paid. He's chilling.
we on the phone.
He's good.
Cause I can't tell you how Kirk Cousins would do it. I don't
All right,
know.
get on the phone. Get on the phone. Get on the phone. What the hell you gonna do about this shit, man?
My
What you
man.
gonna say when you get to camp?
Man, I'm mad as shit, man. I'm this dude coming here. I don't know why they drafted this dude. I ain't gonna show him shit.
I Tannehill.
I
So
ain't.
what you gonna say to that damn thing?
You like that?
Exactly. I'm gonna do my best and to keep my job and make sure I can play week 1 and make sure he don't see now 1 foot this season.
That's all you
maybe,
can do.
And maybe he get some time next year, but I'm making sure I can play, get myself ready week 1. That's all I'm focused on right now.
Let me tell you
week
something.
1. Because if I know if I don't play week 1 and he start, I'm losing my job.
Just don't Drew Bledsoe yourself. That's all you could do.
Oh, and get hurt.
Never get your damn job back.
Yeah.
Just don't Drew Bledsoe to bed. That's all you got to do.
Or this is the Russ situation. Remember, Russ was drafted. He took the court. They had just paid the quarterback, and Russ was the draftee. And came and took his job. It was Matt Flynn, one of them quarterbacks he took. But he was a third rounder though. But
He was a bum though. They wanted him to be.
They wanted him to start up, but he had a couple
He didn't get money like-
he didn't get money like Kurt.
Well,
Nah, he ain't want
He
like Kurt.
did get money.
Hey, call me and let me be Kurt.
Who?
Call me and let me be
They call
Kurt.
Beazell.
All right. All right.
Go ahead.
Bring up.
Kirby in his lineup now.
Hello.
Yo.
What's up?
What's up, dog? What you doing?
Man, chilling, man. Sitting here on this $50 million that was guaranteed to me already. I also guaranteed in 2026 another $10 million. Also guaranteed, I think it was like my signing bonus was $90 million. Shit, I don't give a fuck what they do.
Bro, you want me to call you back soon?
He got a $90 million signing bonus.
He got a $90 million
joke?
signing bonus.
He getting NBA money.
So what I'm gonna do is shit. I'll teach in the ropes. I'll play, and I'm gonna continue to bet on myself, and I'm gonna rob another team. When they move on from me, I'll go rob another team. That's all I'm gonna do. I mean, he's collecting from every team he goes to.
That's your replacement.
That's fine.
And if you get hurt, and you out. If this rookie start balling,
And you don't think somebody else?
pull the plug. Say Cousins miss week 5. Pennis come in,
Dominate.
throw 300 yards 2 weeks in a row.
Mm-hmm.
Cousins say I'm ready. Do you make that move back to Cousins?
No,
You don't.
you can't.
You can't.
He's a young dude. You can't.
I mean,
That's why it's
I don't know.
It's called,
I mean, they done paid this man $50 million plus $90 million.
I mean, unless the owner overrule him, be like, look, I paid him all
But
this
it's only
money.
sorry.
I paid him all this money. Put him on the field. Unless the owner does that, Raheem has to start the hot quarterback.
But why would you do that if you got a young guy coming up? Hell, because Penny's what? Penny's about 28 years old.
Penny's like 24.
You gotta go ahead and do that.
Yeah,
25.
He's
gotta
25.
25.
He can't sit around.
24.
He can't sit around 4 years like
Oh, quarterback.
He's 25. the rookie.
25.
Yeah.
They said Kirk Cousins, his total guaranteed money is $100 million.
Okay,
Get that
100.
NBA check.
$100 million guaranteed.
For getting that NBA.
The $50 million signing bonus, $90 million is guaranteed over the next 2
He don't
seasons.
spend no money on it anyway. He so Kirk don't need the money. He ain't worried about the money.
No, they talk to him. It's about generational wealth.
He already made 200 million already. Dude, his family is set.
Forever,
He
ever.
He wants to win.
Franchise
Franchise tag. It's like, he made enough money. He made enough money for.
He got enough off the Commanders.
Exactly. He made enough money. The thing for him is
It was 8.
his reputation. His reputation.
Mm-hmm.
He wants to be competitive.
All right, so let me ask you this. This is a tough one right here. Who was going to pass for the most yards this year? May, Daniels, Nixon, McCarthy. I ain't even put Caleb in there.
Daniel.
Cause
Yeah. Why you put Caleb? Because obviously that's the answer.
Right.
no, just to make it interesting.
Okay. You say May?
The Carolina guy picks May. So
May not gonna play.
He not gonna play. Really? Who the hell? Who's gonna play? Oh, yeah. Oh man.
You know who gonna play?
Y'all niggas love Jacoby Brissett.
Jacoby Brissett gonna play. Come on, May gonna sit. May gonna sit the first probably like 8 games before he get in the
Brissett is not gonna beat him out.
Jacoby gonna beat him out. Jacoby is the conference pro.
And he was good last year.
He's a back.
You can play.
But he was good last year. He stepped in as a backup.
He reads and make plays. Like, come
Stop
on.
it, man.
No,
Yeah,
he
stop
is
loving
a professional. Look at what he did. Look at what he did when Deshaun Watson was hurt. He started for Cleveland, had the playoff run, and Deshaun come back. They go to shit. Dude was balling, and then he come to Washington. Our quarterback was struggling. They put him in the game. Bam! He found Terry McLaurin. It's a whole other offense.
I like Jacoby.
I mean, all of them went to all
quarterback.
He's a professional
He's a
quarterback.
professional quarterback. Even when he went to Miami.
You don't stunt your pick of your.
But you can let him learn under him
He
for
can
you.
learn exactly.
Oh, what you mean?
These days, quarterbacks back in the day used to learn all the time. They didn't come in the league
That's
and
the only
start.
thing not ready. That's the only thing not ready.
Manny is already proven. Well, I can't say he's proven. Looking at his stats, there's some things he need to work on. He's not as ready as Daniels.
How you know?
He only played 1 year of college. He only started 1 or 2
mean he
years.
ain't ready?
Two.
Why does that mean he ain't ready?
It's footwork and his release is slow. There's a couple things he still need to work on. If he improves that, maybe he's ready.
He's not gonna be in that conversation. His wide receivers are gross.
We'll see.
His wide receivers suck.
He started. Okay, we'll see.
May's wide receivers.
I'm
Name.
gonna be honest
I'm
with
telling you,
you.
Jacoby
I think Drake May gonna let y'all ass down.
May ain't got no receivers. Who is receivers? Douglas and who?
Exactly.
Jalen.
Exactly. Who you got around? Why you set him up with a
You got a lot of trust in that white
Why you
person.
say that?
They drafted him.
Why you say that?
Because he's white.
Like, they comparing to Josh Allen, and that's when you go with that.
I think Caleb had the best year out of all of
That is
them.
a good comparison.
I agree with that.
I think Caleb will have the
Mediocre
better
quarterback,
year.
Made amazing by his
Caleb
wide
got put in
receivers.
more friendly situation.
Yes.
So I think he's going to have a better year than all of
Yeah,
them.
he got more. He got more.
I know that. I know it wasn't. I'm just speaking on what I
Look
feel.
him up.
Yeah.
You ever seen him play?
Yeah.
You ever seen Drake May play?
Yeah.
You see the heart he played with?
Oh, that's cute.
Sam Howell played with heart too.
Sam
Yep.
Howell played with heart.
Yep.
He ain't had a arm that Drake May got.
No, you don't know.
Sam Hall.
You don't have
Sam
an
Hall.
arm that Drake
Sam
May
Hall got
got.
an arm.
He's not as athletic.
But the speed of the game at UNC
That's all.
ain't nothing like what he going to encounter in the NFL.
Exactly.
That slow ass pace that he used
Yeah,
to.
but he killed that
Not
shit though.
slow.
He was the player of the year.
He was supposed to.
But I'm saying, he was the best player in the conference, so you can't say he
His receivers are still
mediocre.
gross, dog.
good enough.
His receivers suck.
Nah, it took a downgrade. His second year, he did better his first year than his second year.
He lost like 5 receivers though, right?
He lost some players, just like Commander's receiver quarterback. He lost some receivers and struggled the second. That's why he dropped to the 5th round.
So all y'all think
Sam
Daniels
Howell.
will pass for the most yards out of them four?
Yeah,
Well, he got better receivers.
The rest of y'all don't kill him.
He has more weapons. He got more weapons.
but James is not a run first quarterback. He's not like RG3. RG3 was a run quarterback. I don't think he got speed like that. Daniels, I think, could read defenses
What was
way
that?
better than RG3 and has a better
Did he do a
sense of
pro
the
day
game.
40?
No.
Well, I mean, the thing is, Daniels got better weapons. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Eckler, he could dump it off the Eckler. That's still a pass.
Exactly.
And he could dump it. He gonna do his thing.
Fine.
You got
Terry.
Dawson. You got
We made some good
McLaurin.
decisions
You
over
got
there.
Zach Ertz.
Yeah.
You got receivers. You have weapons. The other
make good
quarterbacks don't
decisions.
really have weapons like that.
Draft.
Yep. I don't know about Zach Ertz. I like that.
I think he's a tough. He bringing toughness to the thing. You know what I mean? He still got a little burn with him.
Yeah.
You ain't trying to get him 1,000
You
yards.
got
But
him like a
he,
year, 2 years?
yeah.
Which one?
Zach probably like a year or two. I'm not sure.
I think we signed him for a year.
And they signed that boy Sanat. He all right now. That tight end. He like
Yeah,
that.
no, I just drafted him a rookie drink. It's my 3rd round pick. So nah, yeah.
Sanat, he like that now.
Don't need to have a backup tight end.
I don't have a starting tight end.
Oh, that's gonna be your starting tight end. Oh shit!
Probably so. He'll probably get his share.
So B-Dub, I put this on here just for you, man. I put this on here. How you feel about Odell Beckham to Dolphins? That's your man. That's your man.
OBJ.
I mean, he didn't do bad with the Ravens.
He didn't do good.
He didn't
either.
do good.
I mean, he had 34 catches, dude. How many catches?
I mean, he was hurt.
He always hurt.
When
He ain't hurt.
Wait a minute. Well, let me say something. But I guarantee he was in the top 10 after the catch. I guarantee he was in the top 10 receivers after the catch.
Well, he was
maybe top 5.
So he was top 10 in yards per catch. So
Yes.
he averaged 16 yards per catch, which is great for a 31-year-old receiver.
Qualified with that?
Yes,
34
he did.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did. He did have top. He was top.
He was hurt for a while though. He was hurt for
He
a
didn't have a
while.
lot of catches, but a lot of them were like.
How many yards he caught for last year?
Let me go check the stats. Give me a second.
Also,
Mind
we
you,
haven't talked about it yet, but I'm gonna lead into it a little bit.
Good.
Drake released his diss against Kendrick Lamar
Already?
tonight.
Oh, you want?
Oh, you might have to play that drink.
I my man been sending me everything, so I got it. If y'all
Connect to the Bluetooth.
you got to disconnect Omar for her to connect it.
what's the Bluetooth?
The GLG something.
He had 35 receptions, 565 yards,
They play half a season, so
with
that's about
16
Disconnected.
point one average.
yeah. He only played half a
51
season, so
yards.
500 yards for half a season ain't bad.
Yeah, have a season. That's
He played half a season with 500 yards. That ain't bad.
that's definitely
He
his.
didn't have a horrible season. He didn't play half the season.
Let me see.
Not
What
coming
is-
up. But that was not a.
But I think getting to the answer to the question, going to Miami, I mean, they loaded with receivers. I mean, is it enough balls to go around?
Yeah, they are loaded. I mean, he's going to be a possession receiver. I mean, he in his career, he need to go ahead and move to the slot, and be and extend his career in the slot,
Mm-hmm.
and extend his career. He can catch the ball, he can get open, but
Didn't they draft a receiver?
I think they did. They did.
Yeah.
Let's hear it. Let's hear it.
The dish, you want to hear it?
Yeah, let's hear it. This Drake.
Yep.
Turn it up a little bit.
I know that you mad. I've emptied the clip over friendly or jab. You mentioned my seed and I deal with his dad. I gotta go bad. Yeah, drop 50 bags for the mob in the squad. Drop 50 bags, 29 for the squad. Oh, really try to keep it PG. Oh.
That's my bad.
DJ.
He was trying to keep it.
Nigga, I said it, I know that you mad. I've emptied the clip over friendly or jab. You mentioned my seed and I deal with his dad. I gotta go bad. Yeah,
Play a little bit of it because it's long. It's like 8 minutes, 7 minutes, 25 seconds.
Really trying to keep it PG. If your GM is your BM secret BD, then this is all making plenty fucking sense to me. Hey, let that shit breathe. Shake that ass, bitch. Hands on your knees. Hands on your knees. Hands on your knees. Shake that ass for Drake. Now shake that ass for free. Yeah. When that ass for free, I'm talking about my nigga Dave. Yo man, a little K, we call that shit a mini trade. He always said I overlooked him, I was staring straight. These bars go over Kenny here no matter what I say. I know you like to keep it short, so let me paraphrase. Knew it was slow when Abel hit us with the serenade. Niggas say, almost started reaching for my way. Drop 50 bags for the mob in the squad. Drop 50 bags, 29 for the squad. Really trying to keep it. Yeah. Let's stop playing around and take this shit serious now.
Oh, here we go.
This is a joke, I take it serious now. Yeah. Look. The play shooters doing TikToks, nigga really shooting in your gang. That's peace, brother. Y'all ain't getting shit shot, nigga. Can't listen to the stick talking falsetto. Say before I hip hop, nigga. You don't need to be that home dog. You a souvenir. I just give a shot, nigga. Still mess like that run home. We ain't even fuck. I just live life with it. I get action when it's war time. I ain't even really let my dick drop, nigga. What the fuck's hard to drop, nigga? Talking somebody knows job, nigga. Old to gotta stop it. Jealousy and doubt. I never told job, nigga. Put a nigga in the bars, let a nigga rock. Kinda like your old job, nigga. House sitting on some land, but it's out when you won't even really know. know y'all niggas bitches gotta drive 2 hours for your fam just to give a blow job, nigga. Must have started up a slow bar, cause my last record it was 400 and these days that's a low bar, nigga. Hey, who's next on the list? Which one of my so-called niggas? Which one of my so-called niggas? Which one of my so-called niggas need a shell for the clip? Always knew I had to smoke out, nigga. Good kid, man, skinny fan, real pot of legs, make the door stop. Tears running down my cheek, having that pussy down, it's a war cry. Your music getting played on the spot, the boys got a little more pride. That's why all your friends dripping to Atlanta, paying just to find a tour guide. Ain't gonna run your fucking bread, need to buy some more chains with some more guys. Let me find another street nigga I can take to the game courtside. Let me get a used Ferrari for a record, take the nigga on a horse ride. Anything to take a spotlight off the fat of bars and I'm down low, sissy from the north side. Rock hip, talking shit again. Gas for you, my being first nigga, do the math while I was hitting it. I ain't even know you rap still, cause they only talk about your fit again. Probably gotta have a kid again for you think of dropping any shit again. Even when you do drop, they don't say you should've modeled cause it's lit again. So if anybody should've put you on the first one trying to get it in. Ask friend if it's a good idea, the next time you cut it in a bit again. Shit'll even tell you leave the boy alone before you get your head split again. You don't shit, man, you slip to my stomach, we ain't never really been through it. Lead away, he a fucking lame, so I know he had to be an influence. These niggas had a plan and they finally found a way to roll you into it. 2 separate albums, dissing out this to the Kim to it, and niggas skin to it. Being savage had a whole drip of wedding shows, almost had to swim to it. K that shit is only hitting hard when Baby King put his pen to it. Boss calling me the white boy and the shit kinda got a ring to it. Cause all these rappers waving white flags while the whole fucking club sing to it. Work the scene on your tonight, then come to make with a candlelight. Body at the fucking body, ain't no read my Miranda rights. I'm going on vacation, I hope next time y'all play it right. Cause you gotta pay for saying my name, guess now niggas understand the price, nigga. Hey, can you just open his mouth? Someone go ahead and bring me right now. We ain't too long for that. Cause I wanna talk to the man in the house. West Coast niggas do fades, right? Come get this ass whooping, come in and come out. You wanna take up around? Then come get his legacy out of my house. The season this is the part of can't listen to lots and come out of your mouth. You want to do my mistake. Make them swing and you let you down.
Yeah, they go.
Expect it from me.
Play that.
Boy, when they said beat it, I can't even fun.
Play that Drake.
I'm out my top. You still ain't away in the fall of the sun. And then you set up the grades. Cause I'll be charging you double for 9. And you know about what I'm saying. But attacking your phone like we already won. You tell me what I should say. I'm fucking my nigga, this already done. We already know it's the 281. We already know why you want number 1. It's clearly because of the boy. The honorable thing is they give me the loot. Right about what it be great. It's only big D in this video through. I'm such a player to watch. 2 light-skinned kids, this shit will be cute. Unless you don't wanna be seen. With anyone that is blacker than you, yeah. We got it. Black of the bag, sweet in the juice. We get it, you like to put you in your juice. We get it, you like it, Michigan juice. When you put your hands on your girl, is this the best that she bigger than you? Your back is up against the curb. You digging for dirt, she digging for you. Why did you move to New York? You think that you living in bachelor life? Proposed in 2015. But don't wanna make it your actual wife. I'm guessing it's where they ain't happening right. We know the girls that you actually like. The girl I can see what she's learning in life. It's all on your face like what happened in my bullshit. It's all making sense. Maybe I'm friends with you actually might. My experience, speech will change. Some people really didn't actually like. Top will make you features will change. Get on my records, don't rap for the whites and wait. You say your blood is Jermaine, but you wanna hear this dead kind of like, oh shit. Just follow me right, cause nothing you saying don't bother me right. I get off the plane and nothing has changed. I handed a lot of all of my ice, handed a lot of all of my ice, handed a lot of all of my ice. This shit gotta be over by now for anyone out here that's calling it right. Yeah.
So, what's y'all pick?
Go ahead.
To be fair, the first time I heard Euphoria, I missed a lot. So when I first heard Euphoria, I still felt like Drake was winning. I thought like he was barely edging Kendrick out. I thought it was like maybe like a 8 to a 8.5. So I feel like I would need to listen to this a couple of times before I make a real genuine observation, because once I went back and listened to Euphoria, I felt like Kendrick swept his ass, because there was so many like little gems in there that I had missed. Just because like I didn't know what the lyrics were. Like that Kendrick joint, you had to listen to it a few times to really get all of it.
Yeah, because
so I don't know if that Drake joint, like I think I would feel more comfortable listening to it a few times before I make the assessment. But I would say that up until this, I had Kendrick winning.
I definitely need to listen to that again right there. And Kendrick's.
Me too.
But I can't help but to feel like it seems to me. It seems like it's a difference in styles here. To me, Drake is trying to make us dance.
But that's what he do. He's a hit maker.
I know, but that's the difference. It's like,
Did you hear what he said?
But he also had some lyrics. He also was going back on some shit. Yeah.
Kendrick be cheating and beating on his wife.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That's the thing. These niggas is turning into this autobiography.
I'm talking about Drake, his blackness, like he ain't really black.
But at the same time, I heard some jokes, some things in Drake's joint. He was like, "Yeah, you talking about me and my blackness, but all your kids light skinned and look like me."
Exactly.
And that's real.
Because his wife is
She mixed race too.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? And you cheating on this, and I heard about them domestic violence charges too. So,
I think Kendrick might got some Spanish in too.
Oh no.
Black Spaniards.
That's how he looks.
I mean, it's black Spaniards, Cubans, Dominicans.
They all came from Africa.
My husband is Dominican, and you would never know until he opened his mouth.
I'm just saying.
My husband is Dominican. You would never know until he opened his mouth.
Oh,
It's a lot of black Spaniards.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It's a lot of black Spaniards.
Exactly. They first landed in Spanish before they came to America.
Yeah, it's all about where the boat dropped you off.
Exactly.
That's real.
Exactly.
It's all about where that transatlantic hit.
They hit the wrong country.
Yeah.
You're like,
I'm trying to think about that. Dominican, you already did.
What you mean? From Africa?
From Africa.
Dominican.
From Africa. Nigga.
From Africa?
From Africa. They came across. They went south.
transatlantic
The
slave
transit
trade.
came across down there, and then they started there.
Africa is not near the Dominican.
You saying Dominicans are African?
No, I'm saying like there are like
all
black
came from-
Spaniards.
they all
They all came
came
from
from
Africa.
Africa.
They're
The
all
Dominicans.
Africans
And then came
in
from-
Spanish speaking countries.
Yes.
Brazilians,
You said they came from
Cubans.
Mexico.
No, nigga.
It's getting ignorant. I can't do this. I can't do this.
They came from Africa.
They came from DR. That's where they came.
No,
Let's get ignorant.
no.
Baby, if you're watching this, I'm
History.
sorry.
Yeah, we'll do a history lesson later. But back in the day,
Yeah, they all mixed with fucking natives, Africans, and white people.
They came from Africa.
About the slave.
Yeah, slave trade. They came from Africa. How they
We're
got
talking
dark?
about the original versions of these people.
The original.
But that's what they are, though.
Just like the African American,
Alright.
African Dominican, because they came from Africa.
Yeah.
But the same, we talking about the time period.
Same with
Yeah, they all
Cubans.
African-American,
Same with
though.
Brazilians.
The African American, that American part is a big part of who we are. We ain't straight African.
I think you're missing the point. But
I'm not making this point. What I'm saying is, what y'all talking about is what makes, you said your husband Dominican.
Right.
All of that
They
shit
black
makes them,
Spanish.
that's what Dominican is, a mix. Dominican ain't African, Dominican ain't, that's what Dominican is. It's a mix.
I said black Spaniard.
Black Spaniards.
Yeah.
She said black Spaniard.
Black Spaniard.
She said black Spaniard. Because you have different skin tones. Just like you have different skin tones, you have different skin tones down there.
Yeah.
You have white Spaniard and black
Dominicans, Brazilians, Cubans, they tend to look exactly like us or darker.
Spaniard. Exactly. And she was
That's-
basically saying,
that's
until you
the point.
talk to them, you can't tell.
You wouldn't know until
It's,
they
it's
open.
hard to say that you're more African than something else.
No, I didn't say we're more African. I said we all from Africa. They just originated there.
Yeah,
they didn't come up.
What we're saying is, on the surface, you would think Dominicans are Dominicans, Cubans are Cubans, Brazilians are Brazilians. What we're saying is that they're all African people
Yep.
that were released in different regions of the world.
Basically.
Okay.
You don't believe? You don't understand what
agree
that
with
is?
that?
That
That's not what you take. In 1800s, they didn't originate in Dominican. They came from Africa over there,
Yeah.
and then they were slaves there, just like they were free eventually.
okay.
And
So
were
what
just
year are
free
we in
here.
right now? What year are we in right now?
What do you mean? It's 2024.
So what makes a Dominican right now?
We're not talking right now. We're talking about back then.
We what? You talking about 18 something?
I think we should move forward.
Yeah,
I think we should move forward.
But I just wanted to put this on. Like the flow and the blueprint that the big three are going by right now was started by
Three. Who's three? Who's the
Cole,
big three?
Kendrick.
Fuck, I thought it was only
Drake.
we only talking about two.
It started with Cole. Cole's blueprint,
Cole.
how he went, and Kendrick It's how Kendrick went at Drake.
Cole lost first
and
round.
Ross.
Cole lost first round.
But he still went to fight him.
Cole lost first round.
But he's saying like the blueprint for it all still came from him, even if he bowed out.
Right.
Right? If I notice that team is using a successful play and they out the playoffs, well, I might as well use it.
Hey, let you know though.
It didn't work though.
I mean, it's working for Kendrick
And Drake definitely used it too.
for sure.
But Drake mastered that shit though.
Yeah.
Drake mastered that to be able to change his cadence. That shit is crazy. But Kendrick, he did that shit within like 8 balls. Drake, it'll take him 16
Yeah.
to do that switch.
Yeah.
But Kendrick do that shit in 8. You know what I'm saying?
He do it in full.
Yeah.
He give you like full, and full, and then be 4 different
Kill him.
cadences and all 4.
You already man, sound like
He did that in Euphoria.
sound like you got a head cold coming. Used to that North Carolina air. Anybody say anything to say? What you got to say about that, Bizzle?
I don't got nothing to say on it.
Yeah, I'm gonna listen to that when I leave here.
Yeah, same here.
Yeah.
Which platform is it on?
It was on YouTube.
YouTube?
Yeah, that's what my man
I'm
said.
gonna look it up. Send it to the group chat. We starting the group chat.
Okay, I can do that.
But somebody else got something. That's
Happened to
That's
real
alright.
shit bullshit.
no, we ain't got that. Cut that out this week. Y'all ain't
Cut
ready for that. we need a whole crew here for that shit.
All right.
Bullshit or real shit?
It's a wrap, man. Let's wrap it up, man.
You're now tuned into the Next2Flex Podcast. You're now tuned into the Next2Flex Podcast. Streets talking about.
Go ahead.
I thought we was gonna start on the end. My bad.
You want to start off?
You can find me on Instagram, Furious Style.
Oh yeah.
Again, I'm everybody's favorite cousin.
Cuzzo.
Cousin Kev.
DMVD Nice. Instagram. Next2Flex Sportz. Let's get it.
Mia Sparrow. You can follow me on Instagram at Mia Was Here 5_. You can also follow my new podcast, You Weren't There Podcast, on Instagram and TikTok.
When does that start?
So we shot the first episode like it's almost like a tester, like last week. But me and Zell got some things to talk about.
All right. We'll be on the lookout for that.
Look forward to it.
All right. Hey, thank y'all for tuning in. We're gonna get in them comments next week. And we're gonna be more interactive. But thanks for tuning in. Peace out.